Okay, everybody, what's going on? Good afternoon. Hope you guys are doing well. And we've got a few more running backs to get through here. We're just going to get through our last group here. These are, I guess you would call them the late day three options. These are guys that should be available late day three, possibly even into UDFA. Hard to know sometimes. So let's just get right into it. Jamari Taylor's our first guy here, Virginia running back, 24, smaller, sub 200 pounds for sure. Not as big a problem as it used to be, but he is small. Combine, not great. You need to be a little bit better than this when you're small. Big boards, you can see all over the place. The Draft Network really likes Taylor. For some reason, they have him in the third. The aggregate, however, does have him in the sixth round. He only really has 1 year of production at a real level of college football. He did spend several years at a smaller college, but last year he did have 1,000 yards and 43 catches, so he was very productive. It's enough to get people's attention. So he's a very physical player. I know he's small, but he does play physically, which is, I mean, props to him for trying. He's decisive when he decides to go through the hole. When he picks a hole, he's got good burst through. He cuts hard and fast to get to the opening, and he's very productive catching out of the backfield. So he does offer a little bit of dual threat ability out of the backfield, and he's also good at setting up a play before making his move. So there's plenty to like. The size is a concern, especially if he's going to play physically at the NFL level. He only spent the 1 year playing against serious competition. I can't even remember the name of the college he was at before, but it was not a serious college. Doesn't have the breakaway speed that you need to pull away, which, again, if you're going to be this small, you should at least have breakaway speed. Does have some issues with picking the hole. He is a little bit indecisive, and that is something that's going to have to get better because he's not somebody that can survive through indecisiveness, I don't think. And he does drop too many passes. He's a very good receiver. It's focus drops for the most part, I think. I think he just drops passes because he doesn't fully focus in sometimes. So this is a weird one for me. I don't have a great sense here. I kind of like his upside in zone. If you can teach him how to be a little more decisive, I like his cuts. But it just feels like there's gonna be a pretty low ceiling here. I don't maybe as a receiving back, he could be good, but outside of that, I think there's kind of a lower ceiling here. So, 6th round seems okay. I'd probably go somewhere around the 6th. That seems about right to me. I don't know. This one, I had a hard time really getting a feel for, and I understand that he's not a high-level prospect, but had a hard time really getting to the bottom of how I felt about him. Roman Hemby, another Indiana Hoosier running back, national champions at 24. Little bit of a mediocre sized back, I guess you could say, although he is tall and lean, so not exactly the ideal body type. ESPN really likes him. They have him in the fourth. PFF and CBS have him around the seventh. The aggregate has him in like the late sixth, early seventh. He had a very productive 2025, 1,100 yards for the national champions, 4.9 yards a carry. The previous year, I believe he was at a different college. I can't remember which one it was, but he had 40 catches and a lot fewer carries. So use case was different, but he was pretty prolific as a receiver. So Roman Hemby, there is some notable stuff here. He covers a lot of ground with his long legs. He's got long strides, eats up a lot of space. He plays with downhill urgency and hits with power into contact. He's somebody that will bowl you over, somebody that's really trying to run defenders over. He sees the play develop well, and he consistently uses his vision to find the right hole. He protects the ball well at all. He's not really a fumbler. His cuts are aggressive and clean. So there's there's a healthy amount of positive traits here. There's just not I don't think he's gonna give you that much in the passing game. He did show signs of it in 2024, but it was at a lesser college. In 2025, you see Indiana did not really feature him in that way, and even if he is able to give you a little something there, he's not a very good blitz picker-upper guy, or protector, I guess would be the English proper way to say it. So not a great third down back. Needs to learn how to get low into contact, and that's really important because he's so lean. He's tall, but he's not that heavy. Got to learn how to be the low man into contact. He's not super creative in open space. He is one of those one cut and go guys, and hey, it works, but you'd prefer somebody with a little more open field creativity to make guys miss. Doesn't really have great speed, doesn't really have much of a burst. There's a reason why he didn't do much at the combine, and I mean, it probably would not have made him look very good. So I don't really have a ton to say about Hemby. He's kind of generic to me. Generic depth running back who can be the one cut and go guy in his own scheme. But the value of that isn't what it used to be because those guys are so common. I don't see him creating extra yards. I don't see him being a third down guy. He can maybe play with a little bit of power, but he's got to learn how to play with leverage or else it's not going to happen. So, sixth round feels right to me. Maybe late fifth. I like him a little bit more than our last guy here. I like him a little bit more than Taylor, but not really all that different. So, yeah, Roman Hemby, another kind of generic depth running back to me. Not bad. Robert Henry Jr., a UTSA product. A UTSA produced some pretty interesting players in recent years. They're known for their speedy corners. Robert Henry's a running back. He's not very speedy either. 24 years old. Small. He is small. He is sub 200 pounds. 5'9". So size is a thing. Short arms. But he doesn't really have the speed to motivate you to prioritize him given that size. 4.52, 162, 10-yard split. That's, I mean, the 4.52 is okay, but you got to be better when you're this small. Now, he did have a very nice vertical. He did have a very nice broad, so he does have some explosive lower body movement. But I don't know if it's enough. The 4.3, 120-yard shuttle is also kind of disappointing for a smaller guy. So there's some stuff missing here. Only two major big boards that I use even have him, Pro Football Focus and CBS. Aggregate has him in like the 7th. PFF has him about the 7th. CBS has him in the 6th. He's been pretty productive for UTSA. Last year had 1,000 yards, added another 114 on through the air, 11 touchdowns, almost 7 yards a carry. 2024, 700 rushing yards, 200 receiving, 8 touchdowns. So productive. There is some good production here with Robert Henry. So more productive than some of the other guys we've seen here. He's very sharp and skilled in deploying cuts to get through traffic. I like the way he cuts. He can stack cuts as well. Somebody that can really weave his way through traffic. He's elusive in ways that surprise you, even though he's not exactly the most fast or quick guy. He does have some moves that can shake free from traffic. And he does get up to top speed pretty fast on the field. I know his 10-yard split was not what you're looking for, but I don't consider him to be like a slow to accelerate player on the football field. But again, he is playing lower competition, so sometimes your eyes can deceive you, and maybe this is a warning sign. Doesn't have great top speed, especially for a back of his size. He doesn't have great vision either. It feels like he still needs to learn how to play the position. He's and he's already 24, and it's not like this is his first year at running back, so doesn't seem to have great vision. Still seems to be learning the position on some level. Can't really do much as a pass catcher or protector. Not great in those areas. And he does crumple on contact. He's not going to get extra yards through contact. So not really a lot to get excited about here personally. I do think that he'll be okay in zone because he's a good cutter. Maybe he can learn to be a more patient runner, but I'm just not really hyped here. I'd go 7th round. I think 7th round would be okay. And if you can get him in UDFA, it wouldn't hurt to wait. Final running back this year, Le'Veon Moss, Texas A&M Aggie, 23. This one's a little bit interesting. So just over 200 pounds, a little bit smaller. Not critically small, though. A couple big boards actually have him in like the 4th or 5th. Aggregate has him in the late 7th, though. Last year, 400 rushing yards, 6 touchdowns. Year before that, about 900 yards from scrimmage, 10 touchdowns. So you're looking at this and you're wondering, like, where's the production? Okay, where's the stuff that gets me excited? Now there really isn't that much, and that's the issue with Le'Veon Moss. The production wasn't there because he had he had injury issues, kind of the classic. So the positives with him, and I do like his game a little bit. He's small, but he does know how to use leverage to win in contact. He can keep upright through contact. He's got good contact balance. He's a good blitz picker-upper. He's very good in protection for a guy his size. He accelerates fast. He cuts through gaps in the defense with authority. So he's got the one cut and go ability that you like in the zone scheme. Gets upfield in a hurry. Somebody that can just chew up yards very fast after looking like the play isn't really going anywhere. But we never really saw the big production in college because he couldn't stay healthy. Not really a pass catcher at all. He has 12 combined catches over the last 2 seasons. He's not fast enough to bust really big plays. Like, he gets caught from behind, even when he busts a good one. Not great in the open field either. He is a one cut and go guy. And overall, you want to keep things simple for him. You want to keep it straightforward. You want to give him the ball and say, go find the hole and go. And you want to make that hole obvious for him if possible. So there's unrealized potential here because he's missed so much time in college, but it's not like there's a ton of potential. This is not some uber talented guy that can't stay healthy. I think he's a little more talented than some of the previous guys, but not radically so. I think that you put him in the right scheme in a good rotation, he could be pretty good, but I'm not going to go crazy with it. 6th round pick feels okay to me. And that'll do it. That's it for the running backs, people. So let me know what you guys think. Let me know if anything stands out to you. I'll see you guys soon. Go Hawks. Everybody have a good rest of your day. Let me know who you like. Very important we find good running backs here because I think this team is going to need them. And we're probably coming away with one at some point in this draft. If not, we're hitting free agency very hard. All right. Go Hawks.